Welcome back into Main Street Living, guys. Climate change, such a hot topic these days, with world leaders recently meeting in Scotland to try to address this global crisis.
That's right, Danielle. But the warming planet itself is impacting so much more than just humans. Of course, in fact, plants and animals all around the globe are feeling the effects of the changing climate.
Yes, Quincy, Danielle, I had the opportunity, thanks to a grant from the Society of Environmental Journalists, to follow scientists in New England who are researching the impact climate change is having on the already endangered population of North Atlantic right whales. Here is part one of my story. Whales are the largest and arguably the most majestic animals on our planet. But like many animals, they are threatened due to climate change. Researchers at the New England Aquarium have a particular interest in right whales, as sadly, there are now less than 400 North Atlantic right whales left in the world.
Climate change is something that's easy for people to kind of think is out there, it's numbers, it's coming in the future. And I've studied this species for 35 years, and I've watched as a very quickly climate change has impacted them.
Drastic changes have been measured in the Gulf of Maine since 2010, making this historically rich feeding ground zero for right whales.
The Gulf of Maine, which is sort of the center of their traditional feeding habitat, has been warming faster than almost any other body of water in the world. About 0.5 degree every single year. So it's not because it's too warm for the right whales, but it's impacting the food and the ocean currents that bring the food into specific areas.
You have the Gulf Stream, which brings warm tropical water up toward the Gulf of Maine. You also have the Labrador Current, which brings colder Arctic water down. And where that warm and cold water mix, it really affects the oceanography in the Gulf of Maine.
Right whale migration is also caused by rapid warming occurring a great distance away in the Arctic.
The Arctic warming changes ocean currents. Those ocean currents change where the plankton is going to be. And because the plankton is moving, the right whales are moving.
Right whales are on the move looking for food sources. And believe it or not, despite their size, their food is as small as a grain of rice.
If you've ever been swimming in the ocean, you've probably swallowed thousands of them, just like right whales.
They look like they're mowing a lawn, these huge mouths just going across the surface back and forth, trying to keep the widest part of their mouth at where the densest plankton patch is.
Right whales rely on copious amounts of plankton, a fatty species of copepod, for energy. However, it also takes a great deal of energy just to feed.
Right whales, they have huge mouths. And so for a right whale to swim with its mouth open is like us carrying 2 large umbrellas underwater and trying to drag them through the water. So they have to really make a smart decision. Is there enough food here for me to open my mouth? I might get some food, but I'm going to expend more energy just trying to push my mouth through the... So it's not that there's not necessarily enough plankton out there. It has to be very concentrated. And that's what's driving their changes in movements and where they feed.
While there are protective measures in place in their traditional feeding areas like the Gulf of Maine, changing ocean currents and rapidly warming Gulf waters continue to shift their food sources and thus right whales into unexpected and hazardous areas.
The right whale population is critically endangered, and in part thanks to climate change, we are seeing more deaths. If something isn't done to combat that, we can end up seeing more right whale skeletons like this.
While we have stopped hunting them, we have not stopped killing them. So they're getting killed unintentionally by entanglements in fishing gear and ship strikes.
When they're searching high and low for this food, they have a higher chance of encountering some kind of human activity, like gear they can be tangled in, or ship strikes is the other major problem.
Some headway has been made regarding shipping lanes, slowing ships in areas where right whales are known to be present. However, entanglements continue to peril these dignified creatures.
The lines that right whales get entangled in have gotten stronger and stronger over the years. So a whale that would get entangled before would be only mildly injured. Now they're being severely injured by those entanglements or killed.
Right whales are now in uncharted waters, like the Gulf of St. Lawrence. There are some protective measures in place there, but as a human population, we need to come together to do even more.
There are solutions. They're really challenging to implement. There's technology that can allow fishermen to fish without ropes, still be able to collect their traps, do what they're doing. It's going to be an expensive transition, and the fishermen will need a lot of both financial and management support to make that transition.
Next time on Main Street Living, we will continue to look at how climate change is impacting right whales, share some potential solutions, and even some ways that you can help.
Wow, Cheryl, thank you so much for sharing that with us, because it's so important for us to care about our ocean, if not for ourselves, for our animal friends.
Absolutely. And I got to say, being out there and talking to the researchers, it was so eye-opening. So yeah, wait till you see more of what's to come.
Yeah, I think it was just a great job overall. I mean, I actually thought you were going to be in the boat, like right next to the whale. I said, look at Cheryl. She's about to dive in.
Oh my God.
Cheryl's our insider.
Well, you wait. I've got more coming. In fact, coming up next week, stay tuned for part 2 of my right whale documentary.
Awesome. Great job, Cheryl. I can't wait to see part 2 next week. And up next, we say, ¿Qué pasa? That's right. We're saying what's up to a new sister show on our Your View network. Stay right there.